Okay, my friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a Northland refrigerator that just came in. I'm going to show you, for you DIYers, how it works, where all the parts are. So right now, as you can see, this is a 24-inch refrigerator freezer. And I'm going to flip it over and show you what's underneath and what's on top. But for now, I'm going to first show you the inside. So on the inside, refrigerator section, this is a damper control. It's not electrical, it's just a damper. And I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Up on the freezer side, you have an ice maker. And to turn your ice maker off, you would just push the arm up so it stays up. And when you want the ice maker to work, just push that down. So once the bucket fills up, the arm stays up like that, and then it shuts the ice maker off. This is your thermostat for the freezer. There's a little indicator right here that blocked out, and number 4 is usually normal. You can go up to 7, I believe, on here. Yeah, about 7. And then down, of course, so you have an off position there. All right, so normally we keep this at number 4. This was the water valve, which gets mounted up there. The ice maker. There's a light switch right here for the light in the freezer, and here's your bulbs. You can see them up there. Same thing down here. You got 2 bulbs there. Those are antibacterial bulbs. The door seals are very similar to Trolson and the newer Sub-Zeros, where they don't have any hardware. You don't need any tools to take it off. You just pull it off, and it's got a dart on it, and you push the dart into a track, and that's what keeps it on. And of course, this is a left hinge door. I'm not quite sure if these are reversible, these doors. Because we can look at the handles and see. You'd have to flip the door around and maybe turn those tracks. It's very possible. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think these are reversible doors. And as far as the shelving is concerned, these just pick up and they slip underneath here, like so, and then it sits on there like that. So, and down in the refrigerator section, you have a big crisper bin in there and a little basket assembly over there. So let me flip this down, put it on this hand truck here, flip it over so I could show you everything that's up on the top. Okay, so here we have the top. First, let me show you the bottom, because there's nothing underneath here, just the wheels. Okay, there's nothing under here, just the wheel assemblies and your hinges right there. Now, that unit, this is the condensing unit right here, this one that goes on top here. This is an NM10A. This belongs to another customer. This is an NM13A. It's a little stronger. It's for a refrigerator, a bigger refrigerator freezer. And there's another one here we're working on the bench. So that condensing unit over there just sits on top of that. If you see these slots right here, you see those slots, and you see these pins that are sticking out here, well, they slip into those slots. You would, bring the condensing unit up, put it into the back slots first, and then let it just bring it down and sit on top of this, and then you would tighten it, because that's a screw. You see, those are screws, and you tighten that up so the thing, not that it's going to come off, but anyway. So this is your water line for your ice maker. It gets connected to that valve that's inside. This is the thermostat in the freezer. This controls the on and off of the compressor, condensing unit. And this capillary tube senses the air that's getting sucked in through the evaporator coil. Now, the evaporator coil sits right here in the condensing unit, and the fan that's inside draws the air through this way, through the air. It pulls it through the evaporator coil and chills it, and sends it down this way into the compartments. So right here, this is a channel that vents into the freezer, and then you have these two vents here. Those slots, those go down into the refrigerator section so that the air circulates, and the damper connects to the damper control. I'm assuming it does because I can see down there. And the damper control senses the cold air, and it opens and closes. Now, a damper control is basically like a window, and it's got a bellows on it, and it's sensitive to the temperature, and it would open and close. It's spring-loaded. It opens and closes depending on the temperature. So when the temperature is satisfied, the bellows closes the damper, it's like closing a window. All right, there's another vent over there in the corner, and there's also another vent in the refrigerator section that I forgot to show you. This is your harness that gets plugged into your condensing unit on one side. These are your power lines. These are your power lines, and this gets plugged in this way. This is your harness for your water valve. Gets connected there. And these are all your controls, your lights, your thermostat, and that gets plugged in also into the condensing unit. And that's it. It's basically all the Northlands that I've worked on are pretty similar to this, on different configurations. Some of them are side-by-sides, some of them 48 inches wide, so on and so forth. Now let me just stand this thing back up and then open that door so I can show you one more thing while we got this video going. Okay, so right down here, right there, there's another vent, and I'm not sure if it's connected to any other channels. Let me get a light. I mean, you wouldn't be able to get to it anyway. It just goes through the wall, if that's what it is. I don't see why there would be a vent there if it wasn't being used for something. So, there it is there. And it's hard to see in there, see exactly what that's for. Maybe one of you guys out there, if you know about it, share your information with us so we can determine what it is. But just wanted to point that out. So let me get a Phillips head screwdriver and take that cover off and show you what that damper control looks like. Okay, so here's the damper control. As you can see, it has a capillary tube on it. That's what senses the air. So those channels that come down from up on the top, cold air is coming in right behind there. And there's a vent right here. You can see in there those vents. And there's a window in there that opens and closes. You can take a look at that. And that's how a damper control works. There's no electrical connections on this. It just works off of temperature. All right, so that's pretty much the story on the Northland. So just to give you a sense of how this thing operates. And they are no longer made, and very difficult to get parts. There are some parts available, but no cosmetic stuff. The only thing we can get, you can't get the condensing units anymore. You used to be able to buy a whole new condensing unit, because now that Northland is out of business, they were taken over by, I believe, Marvell, but I'm not 100% sure on that either. So that's the Northland. I hope that was informative for you. Stay tuned, because we got a bunch more in the shop here that we're working on. I want to mention here, I found these receipts inside the refrigerator.
some company there. I marked it out. I didn't want to give anybody a bad reputation, but it's a Northland refrigerator. Pulled down module, cleaned defrost ice, replaced defrost thermostat and defrost timer, assembled module back. $650. That was in 2012. Then he went back a month later, October 26th. A month later, did the same repair, charged him $550. Okay, just wanted you to see that because I don't think that's right. I guess they don't have a warranty on their work. Anyway, that's that. And on the instruction sheet here, I've given you these diagrams before, and I believe I showed this to you on the schematics on the circulation of air, how it works. All right, that's it for now. See you on the next one.